Welcome everyone. I will check that we are on. I will wait here for you to connect. And then let's see. Hello. We're back here finally. I just thought to put a little bit of nature music so that we can resemble the park. But we'll see. Songbirds. Songbird song. Hello everyone. We are finally here. Can everyone hear me properly? Give me a thumb or on the chat if you can hear me properly. Brilliant. Hello, Olivia. Hello, Hannah. Okay. Okay, all great. Yes, you can hear me now. You can see me now. I'm really glad that we have managed to sort this problem out. So welcome today to this new channel. As you know, this has been quite a challenge for me, and it's all because of you that I have gone through a process of learning about how to do these things online, and I am very grateful because I've learned a lot about it and about myself in the process, because sometimes living in that comfort zone and the things that we are good at is great, but when life tests us to go in a different direction, whether because that is a normal course we need to take, we kind of doubt it. And if we don't feel that we are that good, we kind of, it's easier to say no. But when you are forced to it, then you have to allow it to come through. So lessons that I've learned: first, that you have to be patient with yourself, and second, make an effort of going forward with the flow of life, because it is what it is. It's not about pushing hard, it's about going with the flow. So the same will apply to your class today. Maybe at some point you will find yourself you're pushing too hard, and it's not about pushing too hard, it's about allowing your body to flow and allowing everything to flow in your mat. So I will be giving you some modifications, I will introduce you to the moves first, and then we will flow in our mats, nice and slow, pairing our breath with the movement. In yoga, that is absolutely important, that you are completely connected with your mind and with your body, because that's how it flows, how it makes it more enjoyable. You will enjoy your practice a lot more if you are in sync with your breath. So one breath in, one movement, one breath out, another movement. Okay, so now that you are in the comfort of your of the comfort of your house, um, I guess you have your mat, you have your candles, you have, make this space really, really for yourself, for your practice, sacred for you. And if you haven't got any space special for that, just like myself, in the lounge, I like my candles, I love my pillow, my meditation pillow. Have a blanket next to you, have a cushion. I normally have my blocks. I always have them here just in case I need them. So my living room is really the place that I have at this moment to do my practice. And I used to have the garage done for when I used to do personal training. At the moment, I am in the middle of redoing it again. So my lounge become my sacred space, and I always have everything like around me. So it's easier to finish the class in that lovely shavasana, where we just get to have that little space for our minds. Okay, so without further ado, let's start. Let's start on your mats, on your child pose. We're gonna start in this position just to make sure that you understand that this is the place where, or the pose that you always come back whenever you feel like you need to have a little rest, or a pause when your practice is becoming a little bit challenging. So go ahead and extend your hands in front of you. And give yourself a really good big thank you for being here, for making the time for yourself and for this practice. And in here we are going to bring that intention forward, the same that made you wake up, the same that made you come down and prepare your space for this class. Breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Now walk with your hands to the left hand side and stretch and open the right hand side of your ribs. Then walk now to the right hand side and then open that space of your left hand side ribs. And then walk your hands to the center and bring yourself onto a tabletop. So on your tabletop, just make sure that your shoulders are over your wrists, your knees are under your hips. Extend the top of your feet and spread your fingertips. And from here, we're gonna start with the cat and cow. So on your inhale, drop your belly to the ground, chest up, chest forward. And exhale, round your back, tuck your chin in, and look at your belly button. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Tuck that chin in so you can stretch the back of your neck. Inhale, neutral pose. From here, bring your fingers to the sides, to the outside of your mat. And start rocking side to side. Feeling that little bit of pressure on your wrists. And then come back when you feel it's getting too much of a stretch, of a pressure. I know many people have problems with the wrists. So work with your body, work with your own body. You know it more than me, so you know how much to push. You know how far you go. Now stop in the center and start making circles to the right. So we're going to put a little bit of pressure on our wrists to the right. So if you have a problem with your wrists, maybe keep those circles nice and little. And then reverse the circle to the right. And then come back to center and place your fingers forward and back onto child pose. Now wiggle your feet, your wrists, so that we warm up the wrists. In yoga, we use our wrists a lot. That's why it's so good for strengthening your arms and your ribs, because we use them a lot. Then reverse those circles with your wrists. And then come back to center and bring yourself onto a tabletop. And then from here, extend your right leg back and stay on your toes. And from here, left hand goes towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, thread the needle under your right armpit, reaching away. And then inhale, twist towards the ceiling. And exhale, thread. Inhale, twist. Exhale, thread. Inhale, twist. Exhale, thread. Inhale, twist. Exhale, bring your hand towards the front of your mat and lift that right leg in the air. Find that balance, find that focus. Press your right hand on the floor. And then set your hand and your knee back on the mat. Then back on child pose. Wiggle your right wrist to get rid of any tension that you have on your wrist. And then inhale, bring yourself back on a tabletop. Stretch your left leg this time. Stay on your toes. And this time, right hand, twist and open towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, thread your hand under your left armpit. And inhale, twist. Exhale, thread. Inhale, twist towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread. Inhale, twist. Exhale, thread. Inhale, twist. And on your exhale, send that hand forward and lift your left leg off the floor. Find your balance and keep that leg to the same height to your hip. Keeping that belly button towards your spine. Reaching with your heel and your fingers. Pressing firmly on your left hand. And then set your right hand on the floor, knee back on the floor, child pose. Wiggle your left wrist so that you release any tension on your left wrist. And then from here, bring yourself to a tabletop. Okay, so in here I want to remind you of I want to remind you of your downward dog modifications. Okay, so whenever we are going to start now the sun salutations B, and that includes chaturanga and includes downward dog. So on your chaturangas, there's always from plank, okay? So you can do it from plank if that's in your practice. So what you do is just shift your weight forward and bend your arms, your elbows backwards, slowly on the ground, and release yourself on the ground. And then from there, we will go to cobra pose. If that's not on your practice, so when we go on plank, you bring your knees towards the floor and then lower your chest. Nice and easy on the ground. That's the modification for your chaturanga. Now your downward dog, we will come from here, up on cobra or any back bend. And then from here, we can go straight into your downward dog, but you always have the option to modify to your tabletop and then downward dog. Okay? So when I go straight to downward dog, you use your modifications if that is more accessible to your body, okay? Other than that, practice is what is going to take you to that next level, okay? So from your tabletop, curl your toes at the back and up on downward dog. Now, keep those hips looking towards the ceiling. You can keep your knees bent, okay? So downward dog is not about having your heels on the ground. It's about sending your hips towards the ceiling and elongating your spine. And then eventually you will be able to place both of your heels on the ground. Let's pedal this downward dog. One leg at a time, one breath at a time. Inhale, both heels up, press back on your hips, and gaze ahead and walk baby steps to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway up, flat back, send that crown out, head away from your shoulders. And again, in here you can have your hands under your knees, or you can have them on the floor as long as that back is flat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Circle your hands toward the ceiling. Exhale, hands on your heart. And this is where we start our, I'm cutting my face there, our sun salutation. So inhale, circle your hands toward the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Hands on the floor, step back with your right foot. Lower your knee and extend the top of your foot. And on your inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, open your hands to the side. Inhale, hands come back to the ceiling. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back into plank. Take a deep breath here, inhale, and on your exhale, shift your weight forward, lower with control down to the ground. Extend the top of your feet. Inhale, baby cobra, we are waking up our spine. Exhale, down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra pose and twist to the right. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra to the left. Exhale, down. Inhale here. Exhale, downward dog. So you can come on your tabletop straight onto your downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts in the air. And exhale, round your back and bring your knee towards your chest and step forward with your right foot. Then step forward with your left foot. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your hands all the way up. Exhale, hands on your heart. Let me just adjust this because I think I'm cutting my face here. That's better. Okay, let's go in the other side. Inhale, hands toward the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back with your left foot. Lower your knee and extend the top of your foot. Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, open your hands. Inhale, hands toward the sky. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back into plank. Take a deep breath here, inhale, and on your exhale, shift your weight forward and lower yourself with control. Inhale, cobra to the right. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra to the left. Exhale down. Take a deep breath here, and on your exhale, downward dog. Inhale your left leg up in the air. Exhale, knee to your chest, step forward with your left foot. Step forward with your right foot. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands on your heart. Take a pause here. Take a breath there. Allow your breath to come back to its normal way. And then we start again. Inhale, circle your hands toward the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back with your right foot. Lower your knee and extend the top of your foot. Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, open your hands, shoulder blade together at the back. Inhale, send your hands back up. Exhale, hands on the floor, lift your knee and step back into plank. Take a deep breath into plank and shift your weight forward. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra to the right. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra to the left. Exhale down. Inhale, and on your exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg in the air. Exhale, knee towards your chest. Step forward with your right foot. Step forward with your left foot. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your hands all the way up. Exhale, hands in your heart. Inhale, circle your hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back with your left foot. Lower your knee and extend the top of your foot. Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, open your arms, shoulder blades together at the back. Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, hands on the floor, lift your knee. Step back into plank. Take a deep breath, inhale, shift your weight forward. And on your exhale, down to the mat. Inhale, cobra to the right. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra to the left. Exhale, down. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg rise in the air. Exhale, knee towards your chest. Step forward with your left foot. Step forward with your right foot. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a little pause here, and we repeat that one more time. Catch your breath. Come back to that intention that made you come to this class today. And feel the gratitude for it. Inhale, circle your hands toward the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back with your right foot. Lower your knee and extend the top of your foot. Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, shoulder blades together at the back. Inhale, hands toward the sky. Exhale, hands on the floor, lift your knee and step back into plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, down to the mat with control. Inhale, cobra to the right. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra to the left. Exhale, down. Take a deep breath here, inhale, and exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg lift in the air, and exhale, step forward with your right foot. Bring the other foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. The left hand side, inhale, circle your hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back with your left foot. Lower your knee and extend the top of your foot. Inhale, hands toward the ceiling. Exhale, open your arms, shoulder blade together at the back. Inhale, hands back up. Exhale, hands on the floor, lift your knee and step back into plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward, and on your exhale, down to the mat. Inhale, cobra to the right. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra to the left. Exhale, down. Take a deep breath here, inhale. And on your exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, knee to your chest. Step forward with your left foot. Step forward with your right foot. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your hands all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And then close your eyes and take a moment there to pause and acknowledge everything that you are doing and everything that you have gone through and how much this practice brings to your life and how much this practice brings to your body. It awakens every muscle, it awakens your lungs, it awakens your mind. And from these mountain pose, inhale, hands towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hips down and sit on that invisible chair. Okay, heavy on your heels, light on your toes, so you can lift the 10 of your toes. And then if you are overarching here, bring that tailbone slightly in so that your core goes in. If having your hands up is too much for you, just have them here. Work. This is your practice, so you have to own it. Exhale, sweep the floor, stretch your legs. Inhale, chair. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, chair. Exhale, hands towards your chest. Twist your chest to the right and connect your left tricep with your right knee. Okay, if you are here in this position, you're gonna push the hands together against each other and bring your chest up so that you can twist. It's like pushing away your right knee with your tricep or your elbow if you are there, and then pushing away from the ground. So you can stay here if that's enough challenge, but if you have the ability or you have the twist, then open your arms up and down. Bring your hands towards your chest again, and then undo the twist. Forward fold, stretch your legs, give them a rest. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your hands all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. So we're repeating the other side. Inhale, hands toward the sky. And on your exhale, sit down in that invisible chair. So your chair is as high or as low as you want it to be. Okay, so your chair can be here or your chair can be here. It's completely up to the abilities of your body. But what I don't want you to be is there. Okay, so bring that chest up. If you are a bit higher, then bring that tailbone a little bit in so that your core gets engaged. If your hands are up, perfect. If are at the front, perfect too. And then exhale, stretch your legs and sweep the floor. Inhale, chair. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, chair. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, chair. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now twist your chest toward the left hand side and connect your right tricep with your left knee. Again, if you are right here, diving down, bring the chest up and twist. Put your hands against each other. And then if that's enough challenge, stay there. Other than that, open your hands. One to the ceiling, one to the ground. Bring your hands back on your chest and do the twist. Stretch your legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your hands all the way up. Exhale, hands on your heart. So we are working there in a very, very, very basic form. But you are the one that determines how far do you go in every pose. Work with your body, as I say always. You know your abilities. You know how far on your chair you go, how high. So make sure that you are pushing yourself. But if there is any pain or sharp pain, just come off the pose or reel yourself back. Okay? Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, hands on the floor. Step back with your right foot. Now turn your right toes to the right hand side of your mat and your foot flat on the floor. So from here you will be able to see that your front heel is aligned with the back foot arch. Keep that leg straight and on your inhale, hands towards the sky, warrior one. If your hips are here, bring them forward, warrior one. Then round your right hand and open your body to the right hand side. Again, if your shoulders are too far forward, bring them and stack them on top of your hips. And then again in this pose, it's up to your body or your ability if you go deeper on that pose or you stay a bit higher. The idea is that we have a 90-degree on the front leg and that your knee is not further than your ankle. And checking your hands back and forth, reverse the warrior. So right hand on your right leg and left hand towards the ceiling. Come back to your warrior two and stretch your front leg. Now, if you are as wide as I am, you want to bring yourself a little bit in. Again, stacking your shoulders on top of your hips. And then send those hips back. Reach as far as you can with your left fingers. And then drop that hand on your leg or wherever it goes. And then open your chest to the right hand side. Right hand towards the ceiling for a triangle pose. So the left hand is irrelevant where it goes. It can go on the floor, it can go on your chin, it can actually go behind you because your core is what's powering you here, okay? So if you are relying too much on that hand, just make sure that your core is engaged. And then pressing on the front foot, bring yourself back up. Then right hand behind your waist. So you can see my fingers here. Wrap it around and then reverse triangle. Then bend that front leg and come back to your warrior two. And then cartwheel your hands on the floor. Pivot your back foot forward. And then right hand on the floor, left hand towards the sky. Runner's lunge twist. And then bring that left hand to the outside of your front foot. And then lower your knee and extend the top of your foot. Then now send your hips back and maybe slide your front heel forward and bring your toes towards the ceiling for a half split. Okay,
So in here, what I see all the time is people are here. Okay? If that is you, make sure that you come back and your hip is over your knee. And then if that means you have to bring your foot forward or slide your heel forward, then do it. And then we back straight, inhale, exhale, forward fold on top of that leg if that is available to you. Other than that, you can stay here. And this is where the blocks come into play. If you have blocks at home, then you can stay on your blocks here, nice. Because sometimes people have the knee bend, which is all right because it depends of the flexibility on your hamstrings. But one way to help you to straighten that leg is to stay on your blocks a little bit higher, so you give that space to your body. Then lower your toes. Maybe bring your heel in if you slide it forward. Curl your toes at the back and lift your knee. And maybe bring that foot a little bit forward. And then this time, both of your legs are going to be straight for pyramid pose. The back foot toes can be looking forward or just slightly to the right top corner of your mat. If you are struggling to keep that front leg straight, you might want to bring your hands towards your chin. That will allow you to keep it straight. And then walk your hands a little bit forward, peeling off your right foot off the ground. And then lifting your right foot in the air. And then set your right foot back on the ground. Inhale, chest up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, circle your hands towards the ceiling. And exhale, forward, hands to your heart. Inhale, circle your hands towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back with your left foot. You're gonna change direction, but you are on your left foot. Now in here, feet forward, warrior one. So rotate your left foot toward left toes towards the left hand side of your mat. And check that your front heel is in alignment with your back foot arch. And on your inhale, hands towards the ceiling. Remember to keep that knee bent at the front. And then your hips parallels to the front of the mat. Inhale deep. And exhale, open your body to the left for your warrior two. Again, remember that angle on your front knee depends on the ability of your body, so it can be as deep or it can be as high. The idea is to keep a 90-degree angle on your knee, but work with the ability of your body. Again, if your shoulders are far from your hips, stack them in front, on top of your hips. Reverse your warrior here. Right hand towards the ceiling. Left hand on left leg. And then come back to your warrior two. Left hand wrap around your wrist, your waist. You can see my fingers here. And then stretch the front of your leg. Send your hips back and reach away with your right fingers. Drop that hand on your shin or on the floor, wherever you can, and then open. And then your left hand goes towards the ceiling. And then bring that left hand to wrap around your lower back. And then press it on the front foot. Bring yourself up for a triangle and then reverse that triangle. Then come back to your warrior two. Then cartwheel your hands to the front of your leg. Pivot your back foot forward. And then left hand on the floor, right hand towards the ceiling. Right hand to the outer side of your front foot. Lower your knee and extend the top of your foot. And send your hips back. Slide your front heel forward and lift your toes towards the ceiling. Now again, if you're struggling to have that leg straight, you have your blocks, and then you can give more space to your body to straighten that leg. Or bring your hands toward your shin if balance is not trouble for you. And then on your inhale, chest forward, exhale, forward fold if that's something that is your body is comfortable with you. And then bring yourself up. Then lower your toes. Maybe bring that foot a bit in. And then curl your toes at the back and lift your knee. And maybe bring that foot a little bit forward. Make sure that your feet are on train tracks. You are not in a rope, which means one foot is not just behind the other one. They are placed about hip width apart. And if balance is not good, then a little bit wider. Then keeping both of your legs straight for a pyramid pose. Again, in here, you can use your blocks if you have them at home to stay more upright and give those legs the ability to stay straight. Now, if your hip is opening to the left, just bring it forward, parallel to the mat. Maybe you can bring your hands on your chin. Your shin. I always confuse shin and chin, so no, not to your chin because that's not gonna do anything. And then walk your hands a little bit forward whilst you peel off your left foot off the ground and rise it in the air. Toes looking down to the mat and push away with your heel. Straighten your right foot. And then set that left foot back on the ground. And on your inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Close your eyes and make a pose there. And then on your inhale, hands towards the ceiling. Feet. Open your feet wide to the width of your mat with your heels in and your toes out in a 45 degrees. Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, back down on a squat. So we are going to be here on Malasana, yogi squat. So the idea is that you are with your feet flat on the floor. But if that's not available to you, it doesn't matter where you are. Open your knees to the side and then you can actually have your heels off the ground if your body is not there. Because sometimes it's ankle mobility what people lack in order to stay here. If this is available to you, then of course, then if this isn't available to you, have a block next to you and then sit on it and then keep your feet as close as to your hips as possible. And if you are here, then with your elbows, push the knees away, hands against each other and bring that chest through, that you have a flat back. This is if you cannot do the Malasana on the floor. Other than that, the other ones will be here. Same principle applying, hands against each other and pushing your knees away. So when I press my hands against each other, I allow my chest to go forward. We have a couple of breaths here. And then release off the pose. If you were on a block, remove your block. And then bring yourself into a sitting position. Now bring the soles of your feet together, not too close, not too far. We're going to do a diamond. Inhale, bring your chest forward. And exhale, forward fold. Hold on. Okay. We're still online, yeah. I'm just checking because I thought it cut me off. Okay. And forward fold. So we are going to be here on our diamond shape. Again, explore this shape. You might want to have your block on your feet and rest your head on it. If you are high because you can't go super forward, then you might want to rest your head. If you haven't got a block, you might want to do a double fist with your hand and then place your hand there. It's a restorative way to do your poses that are stretching. So make sure that you have every element to help you. And then bring yourself up. Inhale. Hands behind you, feet on the ground. And on your exhale, send those hips toward the ceiling. And inhale, bring yourself down, stretch your legs. And if you have your blanket or your pillow, this is the time just to have them next to you as we go to the last pose of our class. And then release yourself really nice and slowly on the mat. Hands towards the ceiling.
Close your eyes. And taking a deep breath through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And taking this time to appreciate the benefits of this practice. Not only to your body, to your flexibility, but to your mind. A moment to pause and to give space to your mind to be present in everything that you're doing on the mat. That's a massive break for your mind from thinking about the everyday living and thinking about the to-do list that seems to increase every day. And then I'm going to allow you guys to stay in that place for longer, if that's your desire. Those who are ready to stand up from your Shavasana, go ahead and bring your knees toward your chest. Give them a good squeeze. Place your hands behind your knees and walk yourself up into a sitting position. And then once more, take a deep breath, inhale, hands towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes or gaze down. And feel the gratitude for yourself, for your time. Feel the gratitude for what you just done. And give yourself a massive thank you for making the space, the time, the presence to come and do this yoga class. Give a big thank you to your body for carrying you through this practice and through your everyday living. Our bodies are amazing, and this is why we need to nurture them and look after them in every possible way. Take a deep breath through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Much wealth, much health, much love to you all. Namaste. Thank you for your practice. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I know it's very different to being in the park, but just the fact that we can be here sitting and having this lovely time for ourselves means a lot. So have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you next week here at 9:30 a.m. This is going to be available on the channel, so you can do it as many times as you want during the week. Have an amazing rest of the weekend and a very good week ahead. And stay healthy. And I will see you next week. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao.